Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Pudgy? How you doing? Blackball, Chris, um, both Chris's. Is this a motorcycle rally stream? We'll get to that in a minute. Large Marge, Adrian, Nathan, Special Ed. Yeah, how's it going? So, looks like maybe Stream Elements is working tonight. There was another update to my software. Maybe that'll help. Um, Still not really happy with the way it looks, but haven't had any chance to mess around with it. Not on your end, but on my end, the way it looks. So, if I hit a couple wrong things again tonight, it'll just be a typical night. So, what's up, Tony? So, yeah, I'm saying this is going to be a quick one. I believe it really is. My plan is just an hour till 10 o'clock because I'm leaving. I have to be in Fairlawn at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we're hitting the road. So, doing another video project, the same team that's taken me to Charlotte, Louisville, and last time Detroit a couple weeks ago. It's not the same. It's not the same series. It's a different idea, but same group of same company, and mostly the same people I'll be working with. So, I'm kind of excited. Basically, I explained this before, so I'll be real brief about it. But they bought a broke down early '80s Cadillac, and then they had a bunch of their vendors and clients fix up different components of it. They've been filming all that as they get the car ready, and then basically they're going to take the Cadillac down, trying to mirror what was Route 66 all the way to Las Vegas, where there's a trade show. And so I'll be in a follow van where we'll be doing with the crew doing videography. So it should be pretty cool. I've never a bunch of the cities we'll hit I've never been to. So I guess Route 66 would officially start in Chicago when it existed for real. But yeah, then I don't get to go all the way just because I have work back here and they're switching out crews anyways. So on Saturday, I'll be flying back here out of Oklahoma City. So there won't be a stream on Thursday. I'm not even bringing the stuff since I do have to fly home. I just don't want to worry about having more than I need. So, anyways, that's what's up with me. It should be interesting. Unfortunately, it'll be a week without riding. I rode today, got in a little, I don't know, 120 miles or something just to get out for a bit, but I had a lot to do to get on the road. And, unless I get a chance, I don't know what time our nights will end. Hopefully I could get on a city bike or something like that. But, it's the way it goes. It's worth it. And then Sunday and Monday, I have a big nonprofit board is having their meeting here in Akron, and I'm going to be following them around and photographing that. So kind of busy leading up. Tuesday, the plan is to film the final Gravel Badass in the 6-part series. My goal was to have it done already. Didn't get it done, but so Tuesday, I'm not sure a week from today if I'll stream or if I'll get home and just try and edit that footage and get it up. I have nothing planned while I'm gone. I don't know, all you guys who are local, and even if you're anywhere in the region, your Labor Day was probably a complete washout or at least iffy enough that I bet you didn't do much. One of my goals was me and Large and Aaron were going to ride down to basically do what would be day one for us of the Ohio to Erie Trail. We were going to go down to Millersburg and spend the night and ride back Sunday and Monday. But with the really iffy weather, we didn't do it. And I had got everything ready to have my mics, and I had a couple planned things about bike packing and all that kind of stuff, and was really kind of excited to have those and put them out while I was gone. But today's the only day I rode a bike, and I wasn't going to throw some crappy video together just to have something out there. So yeah, that's where the channel's at. That's what's going on with me. So let's see what else is going on. Tony, Jacob, Farley, Dylan, what's up? JMZ, Malk. Hey, Malk, it's been a while. Pudgy. Old Hollywood Titswater doesn't have time for his friends anymore. These are, it's funny. Like, honestly, like, if you would have told me years ago that I'd get paid to travel and do some videography and photography, I'd love it. And so one thing actually, like, if anyone knows anything about Route 66, the roadside attractions and the kind of cool gas stations that exist in some of it, I don't know if all that is more towards California. I've watched a couple quick videos on what remains of like Route 66, and I've seen stuff over the years. But I actually packed up one of my Minoltas and some color film and a little bit roll black and white I have to finish in the camera too. So when we were in Detroit, the one guy I worked with brought a film camera, and then I was really jealous. I'm like, man, I should have done that. I drove here. I have room for all this stuff. So I did make room to bring a film camera and hopefully do a little bit of cool personal shooting. We'll see how it goes. Either way, though, you know, traveling for work and getting paid to travel to me is like I love it. I love traveling. Um, yeah, so nothing's better. The only downside is I am obsessed with my bike, and a week a week without it, I will miss it. So that's what's nice about the Detroit trip and driving myself is I had my bike with me, and even though I didn't ride a lot during the week, I had that weekend, that Friday, half day Saturday, and half day Sunday to ride my bike. So and somewhere new, which is awesome. Yeah, Jacob, over Labor Day, I think it was the whole entire eastern half of the country seemed like they were getting rained on. A number of people were a number of people were some of our friends were in West Virginia too, and I looked like they were able to ride a bit, but got some rain. And uh, who else was I looking at their stuff? Wasn't Dylan? How did you do, Dylan? Weren't you down in West Virginia mountain biking? Were you able to get out and ride at all? Pudgy. Hey, what's up, Patty? Raymond, how's it going? Pine cones don't grow in the desert. Yeah, I would have. I told like the I'm like if I could make it work, I'll go the whole way to Vegas. But I already had the commitment with the Knight Foundation board. So, and that's from the video I did with the Akron City Planner. That's my buddy Kyle. He's the program director for Knight here in Akron. So he's helping plan it. But these are all the big honchos, head honchos, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, I've seen that. And so when I did watch a couple quick videos on Route 66, Pudgy, I've seen that some people um, uh, have made like a bike ride that's mirrors Route 66. So the reason I keep saying, kind of air quoting Route 66 is they've changed you know, obviously the interstate freeway system completely changed it. And so like when you go through the towns and on the outskirts, I think there are like roads that are Route 66, but for the most part, freeways have overtaken it and Route 66 itself got moved a number of times. So yeah, that's why I keep air quoting it. But I think it looks like people have made a bicycle route that kind of mirrors the roads that wouldn't be now interstates, obviously. So, but I didn't watch those ones because I think I'll watch them when I get back. But and plus once I have a feel for what it looks like out there, but it was just less relevant to what I'm doing right now. So, yeah. What's up, Danny Smith? How Dylan? You said you only had to cut your trip short like a half a day. Really good conditions on Snowshoe Mountain. Nice. Blackball said for a great Route 66 time capsule, as it was in '71, watch the legendary film Two Lane Blacktop. Huh. My dad told me that he was a big fan. There was a TV show. I think that was in the '60s, though, and I can't remember. Am I mixing up Steve McQueen movies with what he was talking about? I think he was saying it was a Corvette Stingray they drove in that show, but I can't remember now. Malk said there's a cool Outskirts movie where Angus Morton rides Route 66. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I'll probably when I get back. That's kind of how I like. Sometimes I plan ahead and try and learn everything I can before I go. Other times I go and I get the lay of the land, and then I'll like binge a bunch of different information about it. Um, this one, since everything's kind of outside of my control, I've looked into Oklahoma City because we'll be there, and I'm flying out of there a little bit. I don't know how much time I'll have to do anything on my own. I fly out in the afternoon. I'm not even sure if we're getting in the night before, but yeah. So doing a bunch of research when I'm not even driving doesn't do me much good. It basically wherever they stop, and I'm going to be just worrying about setting up the good shots. So, but oh, Dylan, you said gravel riding and snowshoe would be great. Felt like a prehistoric forest. Oh, nice. I'll have to look into that. Or we'll have to look into that maybe. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. I'll tell you what. When I had regular TV, I pretty much watched all the diners, drive-ins, and dives. Because as much as everyone like makes fun of Guy Fieri, like he went to the best places. Like I've traveled and intentionally gone to the places that he showed on the TV show. So he or his team did the right research. You know. Oh yeah. Before I forget too, I know I talked last week about having like new swag up. I decided it would be dumb to put it up and then go travel. And I thought I was going to be gone Sunday and Monday too. So that'll all go up when I get back because I didn't want to put a bunch of stuff up and then not be able to ship orders. But yeah, one of the things, this is the large size Gravel Badass sticker. I have all the T-shirts upstairs. Um, Made a real small one of this that will like go. I put a picture of it in the Discord for like top tubes. So if you want them on the bike, they're small ones for the bike. I made, as Rick had suggested. Oh, I don't think Rick's been in here yet. This machine kills fascist ones that are much smaller. So same thing, much better size for the top tube. And then also, what was the other one? Oh, the Slam Beers Not Stems logo. So all that stuff will go up when I get back. Got most of it photographed and ready to go. So. Oh yeah, and I do Pudgy. I do got to remember to get you some of the clear grab stickers. I've got a ton of those. So, yeah. The big this machine kills fascist stickers are going to be sold out, but I don't think I'm going to reprint them in that size. I think the small size will do better. But then again, I did sell out of the big ones. But I was selling them for $1 because it was basically to spite those people on Reddit that reported me and got my post taken down. I just wanted to get a bunch of them out there in the world. I'll actually probably charge more for the small ones because when I print them at the library, it's a sheet of vinyl, and even though they're die cut, I have to still separate them, and I still like them to look nice, and the gaps are small, so I spend a couple hours trying to, cut these stickers. Even with a nice cutter I have, it still takes forever. So, but I mean, I'm not going to go crazy. I mean, they'll probably just be $2 or something. But Sleepy Hollow, you said you just got your Amtrak to Buffalo for the Canal Trail ride. Oh, your Amtrak ticket. Nice. We should. Oh, so speaking of that and what Pudgy was talking about, um, got a bunch of fruit flies down here. I've been. I cooked up a bunch of stuff from my garden for dinner, but I had some of this stuff already picked, and one of them rotted, and now there's a bunch of fruit flies around here. But I cooked off all my tomatoes since I'll be gone, everything I had. But yeah. So for anyone we've talked a lot about the trying to meet up at Nutmeg again. Anyone who's interested, but as Pudgy's alluding to, Ron, from Ron's Bags and Ultra Dynamico and Ultra Romance, whatever you want to call them or associate them with, did put up a blog post saying that someone in their town reported last year that there was a big motorcycle rally referring to Nutmeg. So we were saying some Karen reported us as a bunch of motorcyclists, which is ridiculous. But it turned out the farm the camping was on, the field for parking is actually owned by the city, which is wild to me because you would have assumed it was another farm field. So he has to go before city council and get permission to have it the way he had it last year. And if not, it's going to be a route with an overnighter at the farm. Still want to go out and do it, but our plan was to spend the night before we went out there in Albany and hopefully ride a little of the Erie Canal Trail just as a evening day ride type thing. So, but all those plans might change, and so we hadn't booked anything, and we should find out this week what Nutmeg's going to look like. So, and Nutmeg's in Connecticut. So, if I didn't say that. Oh, Sleepy Hollow, you're already on the train. Nice. Oh yeah, that's right, Tony. You got your Amtrak canceled. I forgot. Oh, was the quote gang affiliated moto rally? So ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything even close to the farm. So even like the night they had like a dance party, I think it still ended like so early, and like it was not a noisy thing. You know, it was a bunch of people with bikes, you know, going to bed after in tents after a ride. The fact that someone was up in arms about it is amazing. Like they're just really talk about a low impact event. Like yeah, has this person never heard a motorcycle in their life? You know what I mean? So the hapless angels. A bunch of bikers wearing matching shirts got uh, inflated to gang-related motorcycle activity. Yeah, wild. Yeah, yeah, just such a chill group of people. And like, I guess Ronnie was saying in his post too, he's going to try and tell like, we're bringing a bunch of economic activity to a fairly quiet place, which is true. You know, we all hit spent a bunch of money at the breweries and the cidery, and people went to the restaurants. People did day rides the day before the event. You know, so man, and on bikes, that's pretty low impact on your neighbors, you would think. So Tony said, I saw the bikes people riding at Nutmeg. I wouldn't use the word gang, cult maybe. Yeah, we've talked about it on the channel, but we were joking when we were there. Like, I mean, 75% of every crust in Rivendell ever made, I think, was at Nutmeg. You know, so at least crust. I mean, Rivendell's been selling bikes a little longer, I guess. But you said it's like over 50% vegan dudes and Daisy Dukes hugging it out. Oh yeah, they thought I was wearing colors or whatever. So quill stem cult. Yeah. Let me see if I could adjust this a little bit. Cool, cool. Yeah, I it'll be interesting because we're trying to make our plans for after too. We've considered maybe riding to New York City. All that'll also be affected on what the ride ends up looking like. So we'll see. But what else did I? Oh yeah, I was just looking at this. I'll pop this on the screen. Uh, so if you guys were around, some of you were when Swelter Cycling was on. The two buddies from Tampa Bay, Florida, who like organize events and all that. Well, the John who moved to Cleveland is organizing a Bandit cross race. So I need to drop this link into the meetups, but this is from his Instagram. So I don't have anything on that date, and I'm going to try and hold it. It'd be fun to videotape it, probably videotape it, uh, film it, and race it even. So it's Forest Hills Park. I need to look up where that is, but I'm, you know, Joy Machines is helping sponsor it, Clevelandish, right? So yeah, registration at 4 p.m., race at 5. So, and it's a half-hour race plus one lap is what it said, and it said it's single track. So should be, seems like it'd be a fun, cool event. If anyone's in the area, mark your calendars for that. It'd be fun to meet up and all go race that. So not hey Pudgy. So you were saying, to be fair, OG Woodstock had the Angels for security. That wasn't Woodstock. It was Altamont out in California, and it turned into an absolute disaster. So yeah, that was Altamont, not Woodstock. Altamont. It was at a racetrack, and yeah, the Hell's Angels started beating up the crowd. It turned into a real mess. Uh, What's up, party size? Aren't you in San Francisco, party size? At Dragon Head, actually last year at, was that Heck of the North? I can't, maybe it wasn't even last year. I've been to a cross race. Where was that? Maybe Large will remember. I think no, it wasn't Heck of the North, but they had near the beach an actual sandy, real sandy section on one of the cross races up in Cleveland. It wasn't Heck of the North, but it was in the same area up by Edgewater. Me and Large rode up there a couple years ago, but it was interesting to see people get through the sand. And then the World Championships for actual cyclocross 2 years ago did have a beach section, which looked really tough. But Nathan, you said you ride in Bloomington, Indiana. People pile manure next to the road with signs telling riders they aren't welcomed. Wow, that sucks. Raymond, hide the kids. The hipsters are rolling in. Dragonhead, videotape is technically less obsolete than film, but filming, cinematographers still say they're filming something, even though, so, yeah, goes, could be either way. Oh, party size, you're on the train to Santa Barbara right now. We have 2 people in the live stream who are on trains. I think that's got to be a first for probably most streams. Yeah, San Francisco had always been, that was like when I was in high school and my early 20s, like my number one like bucket list destination in the US. And I've still never made it to the West Coast. I've even had friends who have lived, you know, uh, in various places. You know, my riding buddy Wes lived in Long Beach for a number of years, and I never made it out to visit him. I had friends up in the Pacific Northwest, and I've never made it out. Never had. I don't think I've ever had any friends who were actually living in the Bay Area, but it's always been somewhere I've wanted to go, and I've just have never pulled it off. Also, for those of you who didn't get the reference, this is one of Party Size's bandanas. So, did I put a link to his stuff? Did I? If not, I need to make a note to add it. I thought I might have made a link to. Let's see. I'll try it. If not, I'll add it later. But should have a link to his swag for when I have it on. We could direct people to the website. Jacob, you said you bought a single speed to use when you got to Morgantown. Morgantown. Hills are dumb here. Should I keep it and tough it out for bragging rights? I don't know. Like I've said, like Large used to always ride a fixed single speed when I met him, and man, Akron is so hilly. So. Oh, I did put a T in there. Oh, did one of you check the commands? I don't have it. Let me. I'll pull it up and drop a link. It's definitely something I need to add. You know, I added a bunch of the commands that are half working these days, but well, I guess I could have just said it's just .com, but yeah, check it out. All right, party size. See you later. Have a good trip. Yeah, you're living in West Virginia now. Unless you stick to the river, you're going to be climbing almost all the time, right? Oh, Dragon, I missed your comment. You said you moved to San Francisco in 2013. Let's just say it was already past its prime by that point. Portland is now where SF was 20 years ago. And yeah, I've talked about this too so I know San Francisco has changed a lot. It's ridiculously expensive. And then there's also some downsides I've heard with the, you know, homelessness issues and the poverty that's created from it being so expensive. still as a photographer, there's still places I want to visit, even though they might be different. Because I'm not talking about moving to San Francisco. Like I still want to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I still want to see the Transamerica building, and see the steep streets and all that kind of stuff with my camera. And you know, I know I'm not going to outdo anyone who lives there, but I still want to. I still want to see the place, and wherever it is now, learn about what it looks like, what the culture is now, even if that's a negative. I almost never go anywhere, even if I don't end up liking it and not enjoy the trip, if that can make sense. Like there's almost no town or city I don't want to at least see to have that frame of reference from first person in my head. But speaking of single speeds, Large actually posted a picture of one of his single speeds today. I've got a couple. Were you out cruising on this today, Large? And oh, this is that rally. Yeah. Did you build this one for someone else, actually? I'll have to see what he says. Yeah, Danny, there's a brewery everywhere. I'd find my spot. Dragon said San Francisco is still kind of a cool place. It's just depressing now. Yeah, I could. Stephanie said she'd like to see the old Haight Ashbury where they had the Summer of Love. From what I've read, I mean, even by the '80s, I think that was pretty much all commercial and stuff, right? Like, um, someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but still, it's still the place. No matter what happens to it, it's still the place. I mean, you know, in London, I'd like to see Carnaby Street, even though it's not going to be 1960s Carnaby Street. It's still where the mod movement and that fashion stuff happened. But how large you put the sweet bars on that and rode it home? Nice. What's up, Garth? Oh, I lost my focus. There we go. We're back. Oh yeah, the Alcatraz tour. I would also think just going out to let's get this focus. Alcatraz would be cool just for the simple fact of, beyond Alcatraz, just being on the whatever ferry or charter that takes you there, and the views back at the city and through the bay. Because even a couple times ago, I was in New York. I took the Staten Island ferry because it's free, and it wasn't because I wanted to go and spend any time in Staten Island. It's like it's a free ride through the harbor past the Statue of Liberty and all that stuff. Like one of those good travel tips. But I would actually be interested in Alcatraz as well, so it'd be just a bonus. Jacob, it's funny. I do want to go to Portland, Maine. The first woman I ever dated was from Portland, Maine, and so I've seen a lot of pictures. And over the years, we've been, besides for like that brief period after our breakup, we remained friends for years after that. And she moved back to the area, and she's invited me to go up and visit, and I've just never pulled it off. But completely platonic relationship. I mean, like she's even like, bring a girlfriend and come up and visit. She lives on an island, my buddy told me, who did go up and visit, though like outside of Portland now. But I'd still like to see it. So I used to, and I can't believe I lost it, but I used to have a shirt she gave me from there that was actually uh, early microbrewery. So, but yeah, the coastline and everything, the little town. It would almost be nice to go like either maybe early in the spring, even when it's still cold, because doesn't it become very filled with tourists during like the typical summer season? You can get paid to move to Vermont. I have been to Vermont and New Hampshire, but took some beautiful hikes in Vermont, right on the Vermont New Hampshire border. That's why I say I've been to both. So, Garth, you said, do those bars hurt anyone's back? I find these are the opposite of what hurts your back. So when I use sweep back bars or like upright bars, as someone with a bad back or and sciatica issues right now, um, riding bikes with more upright and swept back bars and keeping my back in line makes me feel much more comfortable. When I did that video riding Otis's Gunner with those sweep back bars, I kind of loved it. I was like, man, this is a really comfortable position. I could ride like this all day. That was kind of one of my original ideas with, I'm looking over here because it's right next to me, but no, it's not on camera. But my Marin, like after I rode Otis's bike, I liked the idea. I'm like, maybe I put like sweep back bars on this, and it still might be a plan down the road. Or maybe if we get that bike we were talking about last week, I've still been checking those out. Those Peruvian handmade bikes. That'd be a cool way to build that up. But when I got the Aaron had that Ultegra group set, I'm like, and Mike Holland sent me the Velo Orange handlebars. I went with that route, but used the Happy stem then to bump them up so I could still ride in the hoods in a fairly high position. But yeah, for sweeps for my back, that's why I put those sweeps in that Nitto Technomic stem on it. So my single speed has like nice high bars, and that's my chill bike for when I'm not feeling well or for when I need to get to a job without being sweaty. So drops are still my favorite. Like when I'm feeling fine and I want to ride whatever terrain, I like drop bars. I love all the hand positions, but yeah, I find sweepbacks really chill and really good for my back. So Jacob was saying, yeah, that Portland, Maine gets super touristy all June through September. Danny, you have a pair of Surleys with very similar to those PN PNW on your priority PNW suspension dropper, and it's wonderful on the back. Nice. Oh, Jacob, you said it's worth going to the mid coast if you ever go to Maine, huh? Cheesy Rider, you said people would have to pay. People say you would have to pay me to live in Southern Ohio, but no one's ever given you a dime. You're living here for free. Budgie Mechanicsburg tour season is finally winding down. Central Ohio. What part of Southern Ohio? Because you know, I think Cincinnati is really cool, and like the hills around it, and then yeah, there's just this Southern Ohio has some cool spots. You're almost kind of foothilly to the Appalachians, right? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. And even, I've always thought Columbus was, had cool stuff going on, but riding would be kind of flat and boring. And then Dylan showed me some really fun, riding in Columbus. So I still, landscape wise, prefer Northeast or some of the, Southern Ohio stuff overall. I mean, Columbus does not have the scenery of, the Cuyahoga Valley or anything like that. It's just, but there's also a lot more going on, a lot more career opportunities, all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, budget. Cheesy, we don't really have that much gravel in Akron. I'm showing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. And the sections that we ride aren't super long. I mean, there's nothing more than a few miles. So, when you get down, and they're even paving some of the stuff like where we do Road Apple out by Bend, like Garrettsville. But there's still even like chip and seal roads and country roads. Like to me, the actual gravel surface isn't necessarily what makes it so exciting. It's the low traffic. Like that's the big, appeal. Like I do like gravel roads and they are like can be a little more fun, but to me it's about like not having a bunch of cars and getting to ride like cool windy hilly roads. But yeah, you look at like Black Fork and Mohican and those areas with just tons of gravel roads and hills. But Danny said Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's got a lot of great stuff. Yeah, that's just a long way off. Cheesy, I don't want to tell you what to do or about your hometown, but it sounds like from what Dylan's saying, you might need to do a little more searching. Look at some Strava heat maps, as I'm so good at doing. I'm making fun of myself for that, by the way. Should we go to the Should we go to the maps? We don't. Do we even have Jay Dandy? We have no Jay Dandy and no Rick tonight. Gonna pull up maps. Oh wait, Rick hates maps. I'm trying to think if I've been to the Chillicothe area. That's why I need to pull it up. Get this out of my face. Google. So let's get ourselves oriented. Okay, so directly south of Columbus. Okay, I think on the way to Portsmouth. I don't think I've spent any time in Chillicothe, surprisingly. Um, what's the forest? Tar Hollow State Forest. What are these parks? Great Seal State Park. No, I don't think I have been here. How far are we to, like, the Hawking Hills area? Why don't I see Athens? Oh, okay, so not at all. This is the Wayne Forest over here. So yeah, this is directly south. Huh. Oh, is Chillicothe kind of, is that where you're heading when you do go to the Great Serpent Mound? So maybe I have been that way, but oh, do we not have bikes on? Why does this, shouldn't this just always be on when I'm on Google Maps? What are you doing? Oh, so here's the trail. Is this the Scioto Trail you were guys? Double D Bridge. Paint Creek Recreation Trail. Goes up to Washington Court. Oh, so Xenia, it looks like that would be the same rail trail eventually if they completed that. What is this? Paint Creek, Paint Creek. All right, I'm lost in the map. What are you guys talking about? Stephanie said Headwaters Trail. Yeah, definitely have ridden that a bunch and rode Apple, but also on the way when we go to Large Marge's parents' house. Garth said Garrettsville and Portage is where it's at. Yeah. So most of you know I've spent a lot of time out there just because that's where Large is from. Yeah, Velodrome would definitely have a very distinct heat map. Oh, Dylan said Scioto Trails equals gravel skate park. Jacob asked that Strava question. Does anyone have that answer? Because I always have to start clicking around before I figure that out. There is a velodrome in Cleveland. Yeah. I've never gone either, and we talk about it every single summer about going up there and watching a race and hanging out, and we never do it. Large even, I think, won tickets to go and ride and get a rental for free at Road Apple one year, and still haven't done it. Shawnee South and Portsmouth has endless gravel. Portsmouth has been on my list of places to visit just as it's the terminus of the old Ohio and Erie Canal, so I've just wanted to see it, being that the northern section is, like, I feel like ingrained in my life. But that's cool to hear this good riding. I need to make that plan happen then, do some riding and see the history. Oh, Garth, you're from Manaway. Okay. Yeah, went to Manaway for the first time. I think it was in the spring. Or we did the Joy Machines camp out, and we took a different route into Garrettsville, and we went through Manaway to where the Headwaters Trail. That was the farthest part I've been on it. Yeah, where it kind of comes up into the town there. Hey, what's up, Whiskey Six? Yeah, Portsmouth is like right at the, yeah, right there. All right, remind me how to get to Strava heat maps where it's not just mine but everybody's. Rusty actually had to call me on the phone the one time to make that work. Heat maps. Where do I get it so it's not just my heat maps? Because anyone tell me in a simple Cheese said lots of gravel, but lots of steep hills on the Scioto trails. Yeah, that's what I'd be up for. I mean, that's why you go and ride gravel. Portsmouth, sorry. Portsmouth, not Portsmouth. Hey, at least I didn't call it Mantua like Lanky did on his video talking about Manaway. Headwaters is weird because there's parts of the map on Headwaters that aren't actually. You could. Jay Dandy said he went and rode some of the stuff that I took away Google Maps on accident. Yeah, when you look, you could see where it should go, but... And I think Large said they always plan to finish it, but haven't. Let me just type in Garrettsville. Oh, there's Freedom. Wyndham, Garrettsville. There's Manaway. Did they turn the bike maps off for me again for no reason? Yeah, so I think this is where we came into town. I'm not sure if we rode it all the way out through here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it does. That's right, we did hit this road. We rode it all the way to this Mennonite Road. And then it shows Headwaters Trail, but I don't think... Are you able to actually ride this? Oh, okay, Frost Road. That's not looking like much trail there, but... And then kind of the other way too, right? Where it... See, they show it on the map here, but I don't think it's actually rideable out here. Yeah, you're right. Ends on Mennonite. That's... Stephanie, yeah, they always talk about extending it. Like I said, I haven't seen any action or read any articles about it actually happening, though, so... Stephanie asked if that's the old Erie-Lackawanna Railroad. I do not remember the answer to that question. Yeah, so Jacob, what we were looking at there is decent gravel roads around there. They're paving a lot of them too. So like, but this is Garrettsville is the city where Road Apple Roubaix takes place, which is they don't market it as a gravel race, but there are gravel roads because there are a lot of paved roads too to get outside now, and like they say, it just more and more get paved. They've tried to modify the course a little to include more gravel, but yeah, it's fun riding around there. Large said the east side of Headwaters is real overgrown. Yeah, Stephanie ends right by the IGA, kind of dumps you off on the road there. But oh, Large, you tried to ride out the other sections before you went to North Carolina. Garth, make Nelson's ledges the race start and finish. Hey, what's up, Doge? Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Oh, Jacob, you're alt cycling with your flat pedals. Did you guys see? I thought Pathless Pedals tweet was funny. Let me pull this up. Come on, take me. Speaking of flat pedals. Why is this not having me signed into anything on Twitter for some reason? I'm not going to try and guess passwords tonight. I'm on Chrome. I should be logged in. Should be the same as every other. Oh, come on. Stupid. Get off. So many ads on here now. It's worse than Instagram, I swear to God. Oh, yeah, this. By Dogecoin, you said you tried flat pedals with Vans and your feet hurt a lot. Huh. Yeah, I use flat pedals in Vans, but I really like the, I guess it probably depends on the flat pedals, but I really like the Deity Blade Runners with my Vans. So, but yeah, not everything works for everyone. You got to ride what works for you. Oh, Cheesy asked what's up with the coffee. I'm not drinking coffee. I got to go to bed early. I was gonna see if I wanted to get into what I'm drinking because it's a whole thing, but unblock Origin, no more ads, no more trackers, no more corporate creeping. Yeah, I know I should do something about that stuff, and I never do. Cheesy, your name's Fred. You're offended. I feel bad for everyone named Karen lately. The last few years. Speaking of my drink, I'm going to add a little water to it. I'm not even going to put anything else on. I'll just be back in 1 second. Yeah, but no beer because I need to get up early. So, and I'm drinking something that is supposed to help me sleep. That's the plan. Because I don't really want to. Jacob, you said your dad hangs out with an Indian dude whose name is essentially pronounced Karen. You feel the most for that poor guy. Yeah. Pudgy. Yeah. I just figured I don't want to, no more, like, one with the drink, no calories tonight to try it. That would maybe keep me awake. But I usually don't sleep well when I have to get up earlier than I normally have to get up because then I'm so paranoid about oversleeping for something like a big trip where people are relying on me. So, yeah. What's up, Rick? Now, I'm sure we'll drink plenty of beer on the Route 66 trip. Uh, but, yeah, no beer tonight. You got something that'll help me sleep. Didn't I see Jay Dandy jump in here too? Like he missed. We did a whole maps thing. Not only maps, but on a place he likes to ride. Calories? Yeah, calories are. It's a unit of to measure energy, right? Whatever. Yeah, so you end up getting 3 patchy hours of half sleep and end up worse off regardless. But yeah, I don't sleep well anyways, and so this is a kava root. So something I tried a couple times when I was younger because I used to watch a show about a Pacific Islander tribe that drank kava every night. So I made it with friends a couple times, but had just done some research on it recently after it popped up on something in my YouTube feed, and so I thought I'd try it again because it's supposed to help with sleep. People say it helps with back pain. I know when they start giving a bunch of different things something does, it starts to sound like snake oil to me. But the nice thing about kava, it doesn't work negatively. It doesn't affect your quality of sleep, and it doesn't work on any receptors that are addictive or anything like that. Unlike some of the other things that are out there now that people are trying, like kratom, which works on opioid receptors. So it's obviously no good. But so yeah, thought I'd try it again. What's up, Ba? You said you're heading to Athens to ride the Hawking Adena Bikeway. Have I ridden that? Yeah, I've ridden that a couple times. Me and Aaron went and parked in, what is that, Nelsonville, and rode into Athens. So, yeah, it's a nice trail. We also went up to, we broke off the trail to ride up and see Fort Ancient. That's the right trail, right? Yeah, I think so. So. Yeah, we could pull up that trail. Oh, did I over? Let's see. And then Athens, we went to. There's a couple really good breweries. I mean, there's Jackie O's, obviously, which is pretty famous, the original one and the brewery. Oh, I just put in Athens, and it took me to Athens, Greece, obviously. Um, and then also, Little Fish is one of our favorites. If you like real sour beers, not real, not really sour beers, but beers that are actually made that are not just kettle sours, but are soured with stuff that makes beers uh, naturally sour. Yeah, so me and Aaron parked in Nelsonville, just at some like grocery store, and rode into Athens. Am I right? Is this where Fort Ancient is? Is that, or am I mixing up two trips together? Yeah, and Little Fish is like on the outskirts of town if you want to go to, like I said, a really cool brewery, if that's the kind of thing you like. Thanks for the advice, Rick. Hey, what's up, Rob? Oh, Dylan, you're doing a big ass ride in Athens this weekend. Nice. Oh, Fort Ancients, you're right. Fort Ancients on Ohio Erie. That was a different trip. Me and Aaron rode it as a day trip. I think that's why I'm combining the two of them in my mind. Also, if you're ever riding that trail and you want to go into Fort Ancient, just be advised it's up a massive steep hill. But where we parked wasn't public. We parked at some, like I said, some grocery store, but it was a day ride, so we weren't really worried about it. What was Rick? What do you don't like the bike, Rick? Seriously considering dumping the larger than life Geist for a Velo Orange low kicker. Trying to get down to Baltimore next week to throw a leg. Huh. Interesting. The only problem I have with the low kicker, I mean, is the not being able to use a frame bag. Uh, or any of the mixed style bikes that are kind of coming out now. But And Dragonhead, you're picking up a couple Cannondales this week? Nice. Cheesy, you asked why we skipped the Columbus section of Ohio to Erie in our videos. So the first year we did it. The second year we went into Columbus and picked up a friend, but then we modified the route because the trail gets extremely monotonous outside Columbus, like immediately outside Columbus for a little while. It's cool, but then it becomes a dead flat, straight, a rail trail in like the worst sense of a rail trail. Like you can see, it's just telephone poles for as long as the eye can see and massive farm fields. So not even like cute smaller farms or anything like that. So after the first year of doing the Ohio to Erie Trail as it's supposed to be done, we've consistently modified that section to avoid it and ride something more interesting. It's funny because in the group I'm in, like on the Ohio to Erie Trail, some people love that because it's such easy riding that they enjoy. So between London and right before you get to Xenia is just, through South Charleston and all that is just very boring. And even this stretch over here into London gets a little monotonous, as you can see what it looks like here. So, yeah, just not our cup of tea. Did it once and it was fine. And then we decided we don't need to do that again. I think the next time we came into London, maybe, and then went up to Springfield and took the trails down through Yellow Springs and into Xenia, which is a much prettier ride. And then the next time we modified it and went way out, this went farther north up to, Bell Fountain and then across the state. So we weren't skipping Columbus last summer to skip Columbus as much as we were just trying to do something different to mix it up, ride parts of the state we hadn't seen before. So like knocking out Ohio to Erie once, I think if you want to do it, you should definitely go and just ride the trail as it sits so you get to see it all and you've got that accomplishment. But after that, we've decided might as well keep mixing it up and seeing new stuff. So. Yeah, I don't know, Farley. I saw that they did block the trail back off. But the whole point, the Freedom Trail downtown Akron, the whole point is it doesn't really make sense to be open or closed until they put the bridge up that's going to take it over the train tracks. So it kind of doesn't go anywhere farther anyways. Charles, what's up? You said, what's my opinion on a pinion gearbox setup? I don't have one. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen them on TV, and there was a guy who rode Bike Party who always had one. I think they would probably be great for commuters, like for commuter bikes, because the maintenance is super low. What do? You add oil to it like once every like something ridiculous like 5 years. Um, it's I don't know. I like to mess around with bikes and change stuff. I mean, a closed system like really makes sense. I think in commuter countries where you could ride your bike everywhere and on Bike Pass, but I know nothing about how heavy it makes your bike or anything like that. People who have them love them, but everyone I see who has one is definitely more like they're not doing anything fast or gnarly with them. Do they even put pinion gearboxes in like gravel bikes or anything? But so yeah, no opinion. I mean, I'm giving opinions that are completely uninformed. So that's my uninformed opinion on a pinion gearbox. So. Is it 10 o'clock? Oh, man, yeah. I do need to wind it down. Yeah, Yellow Springs is really cool, Whiskey 6. Really small, but a number of good restaurants and really pretty right on either side of it on the trails. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's mountain bike trails there. Unfortunately, didn't get to ride them because it rained when we went camping there with Pudgy. But, hey, what's up, Lanky? Yeah, Doja, I would have to think that the opinions are kind of heavy, but yeah, I think the whole point of it is trouble free. Like you don't need to mess with the pinion gearbox. Like once it's set up, I think it's just set up. But well, I'll do a couple more minutes because I'm gonna finish what I'm. the kava root drink I made. It's just kava root with some honey in it, but I had a friend who had a belt drive single speed, but I've never, even that with like internal gearing on the hubs, I don't know much about them. It does seem like low maintenance as well, you know. Chris said some ultra long distance riders use a roll off or a pinion gearbox. I didn't know that. So, yeah, I haven't, for a while I was hearing like a decent bit about them, but now I haven't seen much. Like I said, it's usually like German bikes. Isn't there a German company that, what do they manufacture them integrated, like the whole bike setup, I think? It's been a while since I've looked into that. How's it going, Mountain More? Pudgy, I saw your comment too. Oh, there's a couple bike picks. I might as well run through them since I'm going to finish my tea. It's not really tea, but. So this is Sleepy Howard's packed up and rolling on the Amtrak right now. Nice. Makes me wish I was going on tour again right now. Oh, nice. Tony turned his Diamondback, and as he said, a pub runner, bad weather bike now that he has his new All City Space Horse. And this is Rick, as you guys were more talking about in the comments than I was talking about, overlaying the Velo Orange with the Tanglefoot Moonshiner. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, considerably different. Yeah, look at how different the head angle and everything is. Yeah, carbon belts, like you said, Doge, don't wear as fast as change. Still need to be changed once in a while, but. Yeah, Chris, no rear mech to get sloppy in the mud. I mean, that's, internal gearing, no matter what kind. That's kind of one of the selling points on it. Doge, you said you need to find a thrifted bike and give it an Advent X. I love the color of the Velo Orange. That's irrelevant to the conversation. I just do. Dylan said the tumbleweed is the opposite on the reach philosophy: short reach and long stem. Pull this pick back. My single speed is short. No. I have the very short stem, but I did that to a road bike that was never made for it, so it's really twitchy. My single speed really needs to be micromanaged with sweep bars and a short stem, but it's also a road geometry bike. So these bikes are way longer wheelbases. Josh said, I'll botcher this name. Get it? Botcher titanium pinion. Take a look at it. Did we ever look at the map we were originally going to look at? Ran out of time. Oops. Botcher Fareder GmbH. What is that? What is all that on the rear? What is? Will this zoom in? Yes. Oh, just sliding dropouts. Oh, probably yeah. You need dropouts like that to be able to tension the belt drive, huh? How kind of old school, but in reverse. How it looks like it has that set screw you turn like old road bikes used to, like my Schwinn Peloton and Peugeot and stuff. Let's see what you guys were saying here. So, the hoods make the stem the same length effectively, Cosman said. 420 reach on a medium moonshiner, so wild. That's like, wait for it, old mountain bikes. Prices are listed on in their mushroom garden in the woods. Did they have? No, that's not. Did they have some Tanglefoots at Joy Machines, or was that tumbleweeds? Tanglefoot tumbleweed. Now I'm probably just messing everything up. Dragonhead said you'd love to ride a belt drive for a city bike. Yeah. Let's try Ben's largest link. Oh, there's the price list. I don't have it on. Let me move this over. Oh. Oh, these are just, that's all just extras down there. So. Wait, where's the frame? Oh, there we go. Tanglefoot hardtack 800. Tanglefoot moonshiner frame set 1125. What's the bull thistle that the frame and fork cost $3,800? I need to see what this bike is. Tanglefoot bull thistle frame and fork. Where do I find this? This website might look cool, but it's very annoying to navigate. Is this just very hand built? It looks like it's a lugged frame. Is that why it's so expensive? Oh, Large said Joy Machines had a Tanglefoot hardtack on the wall. I thought so. Yeah. Cosman said the Tanglefoot looks like something out of a 1910 Sears and Roebuck catalog. Love it. Nice. Rick, their website is pretentious. You're not buying it. Rick, you have two Rivendells, the most pretentious Instagram account on the internet. Or on Instagram, I guess that would be. But Co-Motion? Yeah, my old studio partner had a Co-Motion tandem. Co-Motion. Yeah, I love this bike. It's like a lugged-looking frame, but with these gigantic tires. That's pretty wild. Let's see what the gallery. Let's see what else they. I've never seen anything like that, really, to be honest. Oh, it costs $3,000 because it has Paul brakes on it. Down tube shifting. Huh. It's pretty wild, huh? Oh, why can't they just have a way to flip through their bicycles? There we go. Oh, Large already said that. Click Tanglefoot on the side. Sorry. He did tell me. Yeah, this is wild looking too. Did he review the hardtack on Pathless Pedaled or just the one we were just talking about? If you have to bring a pump to code and design a website, better off just doing a paper catalog. Rick. Yeah, that head tube is wild. Holy carp. Peruvian Gus. I was talking to Otis about those Peruvian bikes, and I was telling him we need to try and mirror the geometry of the Renaers bikes. You have a Miata 1000? My single speed's a Miata, but oh, it actually is supposed to be a touring bike, huh? Nice. My problem is when I used vintage bikes, they were all just regular road bikes, so the geometry was never really good for having um, the weight unbalanced on them. Wait, oh, I don't have that on the screen. Sorry, guys. Ah, it's 10:20. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, it said triple butted tubing. I saw that. That's wild. You wish you had 3 butts. Dylan said Riv might be the most pretentious, but that's what makes them dope. Yeah, I mean, that's their whole thing. You know, Grant loves putting out those posts on Instagram to get everybody all upset. All right, so yeah. Even while I'm gone, I should have plenty of time in the car. I don't think we're going to be filming, although the van, whatever we're taking. So I want to drop some of those meetup things in there. When the stuff about Nutmeg drops, hopefully a bunch of you can come out. But yeah, that Cleveland thing on the 8th, those are the next 2 things that I'll be able to attend. Hopefully some meetups in between there. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, no real content this week. Maybe some posts here and there, but no videos, no YouTube stuff that I really have. Maybe some YouTube shorts if I see something cool. But if you don't follow my shorts channel, there's I don't know, YouTube Fitzwater. I have a shorts channel for that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys. Yeah, hopefully next Tuesday, be able to stream. Like I said, going to be shooting a Gravel Badass. Just depends on what time I get back. But till then. Longer chain stays, Cosmin, is a big part of what making a bike touring. But, yeah, number of things. But long chain stays helps.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.